This is TFWIRE, Transformers Week in Review, Episode 10, recorded October 9th, 2005.
You all remember what to do whenever anyone says the secret word, right? Scream! That's right! Scream it aloud!
TFWIRE.com.
Welcome to TFWIRE. I'm your host, Jesse / Matrix Prime. As always, not always, but the majority of the time, and as is the case with this show, I'm joined by Awa64.
I'm really glad to be back. I hate the people who provide the internet over at the house where I was trying to record last time.
Debuster Prime.
Debuster Prime has apparently turned it into an electronic soundbox.
And Pirated TV Pro.
How's everybody doing? I'm drinking out of my newly acquired Pirated TV Pro pint glass that someone got me for my birthday.
And
Awesome.
you're apparently drinking that racist cola?
No, actually, the racist cola is sitting on my desk. And just so everyone knows, the racist cola is it's a watermelon-based cola that I got at a Asian market that has a picture of a black chick eating watermelon, and on the back is a really bad caricature of an Asian guy eating watermelon, and they're just really badly, very racist. So, racist cola. Maybe I'll give a picture to Matrix to put up on the website.
All right,
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Okay, first story. This
All
one
right.
comes from tformers.com, and apparently IDW has hit a sales record with their new Transformers issue number 0. Initial orders have come in at over 100,000 copies. The issue was written by Simon Furman, and it's a prelude to the ongoing TF comic, which will debut in January. So I guess this is good news for the comic fans out there?
Yep.
I don't know. Didn't Dreamwave set a couple sales records?
Dreamwave, at least from what I've read, theirs was 120,000. But I mean, remember with those first couple issues of G1 Volume 1, they were outselling Marvel and DC for a while. So I mean, this could be really good news for IDW. You know, as long as they don't squander what they've got going for them now, like Dreamwave did by, branching out and doing too much and wasting money on intellectual properties that no one's going to buy.
And wasting money on Corvettes.
Those weren't Corvettes; they were Porsches.
Oh, that's worse.
Superstar.
Superstar Funana.
But yeah, I think they're doing a good job thus far. It seems like I'm a little worried about the 4 covers that they've shown.
And it seems like they're doing it for more than one issue, which is another bad sign.
Yeah, I was okay with the Autobot and Decepticon covers that Dreamwave was doing, because the fans are pretty much drawn as to whether or not they like Autobots or Decepticons more. Let them get both, let them get either or, and it wasn't that big a deal. But I don't know.
4 covers is a bit excessive.
Yes, it does seem very excessive. But if they're able to sell them all, hopefully it'll kind of die down and they'll get into some sort of normal like wave where they're able to just do normal stuff and not have to make a big deal out of everything. So
I've heard some adverse reactions to the cover art that they've been floating around on the internet.
There's some of the cover art that I like and some of it that I just really don't like at all.
The human cover?
Well, that one and the Wildman one that I'm just not a big fan of. So for whatever reason, I guess I can buy the other ones. So
I liked the Wildman cover, and to a lesser extent, I thought the human cover was okay. Not quite sure they hit what they were trying for on that, but the concept was sound.
See, that's the great thing about multiple covers, because people have different tastes, and then they can just choose what they like.
Does the cover really matter, though?
No, not at all. But
I mean, they're ordering 100,000 copies, and I can't imagine that's because, oh my god, that cover looks awesome.
Yeah, they're hoping that
excited to see the comic.
That it's gonna do the same thing that the Dreamwave one did, and I don't think it'll do as well. It'll still do decently well, but I don't think it'll do as well.
I don't think it'll have the initial massive success, but I think they might be able to hold on better than Dreamwave did.
Yeah, they'll be able to maintain a little bit better. It seems like they've done a good job with other intellectual properties, turning them into comic
Metal
books.
Gear Solid, CSI,
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've heard good things, and I'm glad we're gonna have some characters that we haven't seen to death already.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not that big a fan of the preview that we've seen thus far. Just not a big fan of the art style and the layouts. Hopefully that'll get better. From what I've heard and from what they're saying, the artist is really progressing, and truthfully, like, I haven't even seen the Transformers in the comic yet. So
Yeah, we haven't seen the giant robots, and that's what everybody's coming to the party for. So
yeah, so maybe
we pretty much have to wait to pass judgment until we see that.
Yeah, maybe the lackluster humans is a way to just really improve the Transformers when you see them. I don't know, but
give EJ Sue the benefit of the doubt.
yeah. And number 0, according to EJ, is going to come out I believe October 19th. He said on the AllSpark boards when someone was asking, if it came out in October, when it came out, and he gave official confirmation. Well, about as official as you can get. So.
Yeah, I think someone said that about as official as you can get when when the person responsible for it comes on the board and says, it's coming out then.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think we've done
Next
that
story?
topic to death. Yeah, let's do next story.
Okay, next story. The Beast Wars 10th anniversary figures are up for order. Entertainment Earth has listed the Wave 1 figures at $46.99 for the set. Wave 1 includes an even case of one of each of the figures, and Wave 1, of course, includes Waspinator, Rhinox, and Cheetor, and the expected release date is sometime in January. Now, are you guys going to pre-order these? Because I haven't yet, but I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm planning on doing. Because again, this is one of those times where I really just don't want to go around and have to find them, especially since it's I'm basically collecting them all so that I can get the transmutate figure. So this will be something that I'm hoping to just buy the set straight out, not have to worry about going around and doing it. I think a lot of fans feel that way too, that it's not something that they're just gonna wait around and try and
I almost
grab.
always try to buy online, but hey, did you hear that? That was the sound of my wallet crying out in pain. Yeah, this is gonna be a massive hit to my wallet, but it'll be worth every penny. I'm really looking forward to these.
3 targets within 15 minutes of my house. I'm not paying for shipping.
Good
but you're
luck.
paying for gas.
Which at this point is starting to get to the point where it's just as bad.
Yeah. Well, that's what I hate.
Would you rather pay for gas to check all 3 targets, or would you rather just buy another cool hat?
Yeah, I'd rather just not have to worry about it. That's the big thing. Is like I'm worried about the fact that I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna have all of them except for whichever one is Transmutate's head that's packed in, and I'm just gonna have this pile of Transmutate bodies, and
That would be hilarious, actually, if you set it up right.
it'll be just like the end of the episode. So
Yeah.
I'm also eagerly awaiting to find out exactly what episodes are going to be bundled with which figures. I mean, we know that Possession is going to be with Waspinator, but it'll be interesting to see which other showcase episodes they package with
Rhinox
and
will
Cheetor.
have to come with an episode that has Rhinox using the Guns o' Doom.
I hope it comes with the farting episode.
I
I
think
that
you're
episode.
alone on that.
Do you guys
one,
remember that
fan.
episode? That's great.
I
What
remember
about
that
the
episode.
where he turns into a bad guy and then he just trashes the entire Predacon base? That one was pretty awesome.
Yeah. And when we were doing the repaint contest, one of the suggestions was a Rhinox repaint from that episode.
Not different enough to win the contest, though.
Yeah.
That's way too similar to the original.
But yeah, that's what I'd like to see. What's happening? What's going on with that? And again, I'd like to see them in package because I don't think we've seen them in package except for some mock-ups at BotCon.
We saw Waspinator and Rhinox in package.
You have?
Yeah, didn't they show
Remember
up
there
on
was an
eBay?
eBay? Yeah, they showed up on eBay.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't see them. I just saw the Rhinox out of package on eBay.
Yeah, you've been spending too much time out in the real world.
Yeah, well,
Come back
that's what happens when we have
inside.
real jobs. We have to pay rent and all those wonderful things, and you get past 21. And yeah. Okay.
Moving on.
Yes. Moving
Let's
on.
move on.
Okay, story number 3. Confirmation of Alternator's tracks being re-released. The figure appeared on eBay in a new auction, or in the new style packaging in an auction, but the auction was quickly taken down a few hours after it was posted.
Alright,
So
I just have one quick word to say. To all the people who paid $60 for alternator tracks on eBay, suckers! Yeah, that's right.
Well, just because it's coming back out doesn't mean it's going to be any easier to find.
I think, by definition, the fact that there will be more out there means that it will be easier to find.
I don't know.
At the moment,
Don't try and
it's
kill my
difficult
mood.
to find because
doesn't-
there's only X out there.
It doesn't matter to me because I
And now
still
they're putting
have
more out
mine.
there, so there's X plus Y out there. So by definition, it will be easier to find.
I waited a whole year, and I'm getting tracks for $20, and that's it.
I just bought vinyl tech tracks because I wanted the yellow version. I think I've mentioned that about a hojillion times by now.
Yeah, I think we've all brought up tracks way too many times. It's a sore spot. Kind of like Meister is with me. I'm really upset by the fact that I never, ever even saw him in a store.
You still haven't found that toy?
I have never seen him in a store. I have never seen him in real life.
Well, here, come to Michigan. There's lots of them here.
Or
You know
come
what?
to my room. I got one sitting right here.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
giving it to you, but I got one right here. That's why I buy online. I don't have to worry about, oh, is it going to show up there?
Yeah, I was actually able to pick up Wheeljack this past Friday, and that was only because I was in Orlando, and I stopped into a Target real quick because a friend got some crap on his shirt and needed to change it. So he was gonna just buy one at Target, and so I was like, well, let's run over to the toys real quick, and lo and behold, there was a Wheeljack. So
See that? Orlando really is the happiest place on earth.
yes,
I did that with the local Target a few weeks back with Cybertron Red Alert.
Well, see, I'm trying to think. The shock blasts that I got when I was visiting in Virginia, Ravage, Windcharger, Grimlock, and I'm trying to think who else was in that case. It might have been Trax. I got when I was in Los Angeles doing some work out there. So I really this is the first Transformer that I've bought in Florida in a long time. And it wasn't even in my hometown. It's just getting ridiculous. There must be some other rabid fan out there who is buying them all up.
Or, might be kids.
Why would kids
No,
want
actually, I'm
Transformers?
just kidding. I saw a kid in Toys R Us the other day snatching up. I think it was one of the Mega Buys with Smokescreen and
Sideswipe.
Sideswipe. Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Cool for them.
Yeah.
Next story.
Well,
Yeah, next
hold
one.
on real quick.
Okay.
What this means, the tracks means that it shouldn't be that much longer, right? I mean, we were expecting to see these in January, I believe. And what this means also is that Sunstreaker should be coming out soon, and I'm trying to think what was the other one that was packaged with that, Prowl. So, yeah, just to mention that real quick, that Sunstreaker and Prowl should be getting a wide release soon as well. So
We've been
Has
thinking
anybody
that
found
about
Prowl
Prowl
yet?
for a while now, though.
I haven't seen it. I haven't been checking the sightings forums. So
I mean, not sightings forums, but we saw a Prowl show up in the old style box in, I think it might have been a Hong Kong store or something, but I know it's been out there somewhere.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm still waiting on Drag Strip or whatever. So
I'm not.
Is that the charge?
Decepticharge, yeah, whatever you want to call them.
Wasn't
The
that
yellow
one,
Windcharger repaint.
wasn't that one packed with Swerve?
I don't know.
I haven't seen either of those ones.
I haven't seen a lot of alts out there anymore anyway. I tend to buy them off the internet.
Yeah, it's getting really hard, and let's just leave it at that because we've talked about this endlessly, how hard it is to find alternators.
Yeah.
Next
So
story.
next story.
What?
You know what they should do? You know what they
What's
really ought to do?
What's
They ought
that?
to have Hasbro set a deal where they'll actually send the cars to the respective car dealerships. So if you go to a Mazda dealership, they'll have a stack of Meisters and Shock Blasts sitting there. If you go to a Chevy dealership, they'll have Trax and Swerve and Ravage.
And then all we have to do is buy one of the real cars every time we want to get an alternator.
Yeah, you'll get the commercials to come in for a test drive and get a free Transformers alternator. Oh, I remember, I believe it was last BotCon, not this current last one, but the one before that, where Hasbro said that they were planning on doing, marketing strategies with the companies themselves, kind of like Mazda did with the RX-8 when we first saw it on the website.
Zoom.
So, I don't know. We might actually get to see something like that, where the test drive type thing, because I mean,
It'd
these
be
things,
smart.
they are relatively cheap to produce.
I mean,
I don't
if they
know.
can sell them for $20, it costs less than that.
Yeah, and there's
And
been
they were
other.
selling DVDs, which retail for $20 as
Yeah.
the test drive incentives before.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That,
Having
yeah.
a toy of the car that you just took a test drive of isn't necessarily going to be something that's going to deter you from buying the car.
Yeah. So. All right.
Next story.
Now we can move on.
Okay,
Next
next story.
Excellent.
KB exclusive MicroMaster Rail Racer has been released in the U.S. The confirmation comes from Taruza, I think that's his name, and the figures were found in New York. Has anybody else found these?
I've looked at a couple
No.
of KBs this weekend. Haven't seen them yet.
I haven't been to KB lately. I know I've somehow managed to find the entire Devastator thing last time I was in a KB, but I don't go to KB that
And
often.
I have
Yeah, I'm not
I
really.
have no KB to go to, so
There's a KB in our mall. I was there last night. They didn't have it, but I'm not especially keeping an eye out for it either. So
Me neither. I'm not too interested in it.
yeah.
I mean, considering how much it cost to put Devastator together, what it was, I think $4 per MicroMaster.
Yeah, I think that's about right.
$4, really? I only
Yeah,
I only
that
paid-
was obscene.
It's
I
about
only paid
$3 too
$2.99
much.
for these.
It might have been $2.99 a piece. It might have been $3.99. I don't know. Whatever knows, it was still way too much to pay for that. But I'm still pretty happy with him. It's a damn cool toy.
Well, I don't know. I already got Defense Rail and Devastator, so I just figure I might as well round it all out.
If I'm gonna try to hunt down a rail racer, though, I think I might try for the real one.
Oh, great figure, especially the light up beam sword.
Cool. I've missed the entire Robots in Disguise line, but every toy that I've picked up that was a new mold for the Robots in Disguise line, I've been really happy with. And basically all the molds they reused were molds from G2, which is like, okay, maybe not my favorite line, but probably the one I'm most nostalgic towards. So, really a shame I missed that one, I guess.
Yeah, I actually really like the molds from Robots in Disguise. I just hated the cartoon and storyline so much.
I didn't think the cartoon was that bad.
Yeah, the Carr brothers, I absolutely love those molds, and it's a shame that they've, according to the most recent reports, the Carr brothers have been remolded. And
They really
reused
broke
so
the
much
mold
that,
with those guys, apparently.
that they broke the molds. So,
Wink, wink, Drivar.
but those would make some great, exclusive remolds, and they've done a lot already with Universe and even BotCon and whatnot. So,
Yep.
Well, that's
Any other RID nostalgia?
nope.
Deluxe Bruticus sucks.
I think the best thing that they
Fair
did
enough.
was release the Scourge. I think that's probably one of my favorite toys
That
of all
should
time.
have gotten a wider release than it did.
It should have had the lights.
Yeah, I agree. But, anyways, is there more
That's all I've got
stories
as far
or?
as news.
I think we're done with the stories. I've got some discussion topics if we want to do those.
Right,
And
and
the reason I had to come up with discussion topics is because you people out there in listener land didn't send in your ideas for discussion topics. Please, send them in. As you can see, since it's we're kind of in the post-BotCon lull on Transformers news, so we've still got about 10 minutes to kill, and we need discussion topics for it. So send them in, you'll get your name on the air, and you'll also get the satisfaction of knowing that you directed us to do whatever crappy stuff you wanted us to do for about 5 minutes.
Well, before you get into that, D-Buster, didn't you say you were opening up a toy as we were talking?
Oh yeah, I just got into Cybertron Breakdown. He's the old geezer from Planet Speedia.
Hey, hey everybody! I have a beard. Come on, Clocker. Let's go and win the race. He just needs like a corncob pipe or something.
I just had an even creepier idea. Imagine him as the creepy pedophile from Family Guy.
Hey there, Chris.
Oh no!
Hey, Clocker, why don't you come over here and give him my newspaper? Come on, Clocker. You
Reach
look
into
all
my
nice.
pocket for a nice tip.
You can get an Energon goodie out of my pocket. Yeah, they have a... Let's go into that. They have a weird relationship. Why the hell do you think Clocker is hanging out with that old guy? They never said anything about him being his grandfather or anything like
Breakdown
that.
is Clocker's sugar daddy.
Yeah, it's a sugar daddy. They have a strange heterosexual relationship.
Yeah, heterosexual, sure.
Yes.
Those
But anyways,
crazy heterosexuals.
into your review.
Yes, back to your review.
Oh, yeah.
Now that we've completely ruined Hasbro's chances of ever being able to officially acknowledge this show.
Wow, you guys really threw me off. He's a car.
Well, that's a hell of a review. Woo.
And he rolls really well, right?
Yeah,
wheels, right?
He's got like one wheel in the front, and he's got two big ones in the back. And then when you put it on the ground and push them, they like turn and he moves on the ground.
I've
Rolling.
noticed that Cybertron's been a really good line for having the vehicles actually able to move.
Yeah.
I mean, Energon and even Armada, all the toys I picked up from those that had wheels, they were really just kind of cosmetic.
Well, at
And I
BotCon
was
we
really
got
surprised on the speed it's yet, especially this guy because his wheels are like pretty big, and there's no treads on them, but somehow they still managed to roll pretty well.
Red Alert does a pretty damn good job of rolling too.
yeah,
Red
well,
alert!
At
Red
BotCon,
alert.
at BotCon we got confirmation that they like specifically designed some of the Speed Planet toys to be able to roll really well. Like that was one of the things that they wanted to make sure they could do if they were on Speed Planet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it paid off, and it's a pretty nifty feature.
So, anything interesting about it you were able to pick up besides the fact that he might be a pedophilic old man?
Would that
Yeah.
be protophilic?
When he's not rolling on his functional wheels, he actually does transform into a robot, believe it or not.
Oh my god, that is such a cool gimmick. They ought to design a
You
toy
get,
line
you
around
get
that.
2 toys for the price of one.
Abso-friggin-lutely. So, in robot mode, he's got swivels on his ankles, nice ball joint knees, limited ball joint hips, swivel head, but the arms are just really wonky. Like his shoulder joints, they're above the top of his head. And so when the
He
arms
looks like an
move,
Evangelion.
yeah, something like that. And his forearms are just extremely stubby. And I don't know why, because there's nothing really special about the transformation where they could have made it so we didn't have regular proportions. But, yeah. But, so as long as you don't pose him, he looks alright. And, he has a little, gun. It's not really a gun. It's like his engine block, and then when you pop in the force chip, a little blade flips out, which is kind of funny. Like all the other speed ATFs, they have some kind of gimmick that can be activated in vehicle mode, and he's the only one that you can't really do that with. You can pop out the blade, but to do that, you have to pull out the engine and then pop it back in. But yeah, he's not a terrible figure, but compared to all the other
Not a
Cybertron
really good
TFs,
figure either.
yeah, I would rank him along with Overhaul as the bottom two in the set.
As far as basics go, or as far as any of them go?
As far as basics go. So he's not a bad figure, but if you're limiting yourselves on what you're getting out of Cybertron, you could probably pass on this guy.
Yeah, and like
Okay.
I said, I was able to pick up Wheeljack in Orlando this weekend, and the favorite thing is the guy who I was there with is my boss / friend, the same guy who got me back into Transformers. He doesn't actually collect the toys anymore. He was just talking about the toy line, and that got me interested. But yeah, when I went to go pick up Wheeljack, I picked him up, and he was looking at him. He was like, "Is this like evil Wheeljack?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "But look at him. He's evil." Like originally, like he does. I hadn't really thought about it before, but they like took what was like straight across bands in the original series and made them into V's that really does make him look quite a bit more angry
Menacing?
and more. Just generally more badass. Yeah, the transformation, it's kind of loathed among the Transformers community, along with Grimlocks of
Yeah, I like it.
pulling off paint and whatnot. But yeah, it was a lot easier this time after I've scratched the paint on my Grimlock a couple times. But I was actually surprised at how much I liked him. I thought he was just going to look, just like Grimlock, but he doesn't, and he does a pretty good job of standing out, looking different because I don't have Meister yet, so it's the only mostly white alternator that I've got. The sword looks a lot better than I thought it was going to, and I don't especially like him with the sword, but if you're going to have it, then you might as well. One of the big things was when I was taking him out of the package, both one of the doors and his left hand just literally slipped out. Like they didn't even pop off. They just kind of fell out of the packaging, and so they're just kind of resting in there, and the ball joints aren't exactly fitting in that well. So I don't know if that was a problem that was common when it was first coming out, but I like him a lot.
I never had that problem.
So all right, and on to Awa's stuff. So what'd you come up with, Awa?
All right, the ideas I came up with for okay, the first one is we're all kind of Transformers geeks here. I imagine we all have at least some kind of toys sitting either on the desk where we're sitting while we're recording this or somewhere nearby. Anybody want to talk about what their setup is close by to them?
Close by to me, I have my shelves that I put up last week, which have all my alternators on them, including the newly acquired Wheeljack. And those, like I've said before, are the only ones that I keep out on display, mainly because being, 24, most of the people who come over aren't impressed with a toy collection. But for some reason, the alternators tend to really grab people, mainly because they're licensed, and a lot of the Transformers you can tell what they are because of the whole hood for a chest thing. So 24-year-old guys like cars, So, but other than that, I have a Larry the Cucumber plush.
The 24-year-old qualifier there.
Yeah, and don't keep many toys on the desk. Just mostly for display. I used to have a bunch of the Spy Changers that I would keep on my desk at work. Just something real quick that I could transform in half a second and when I was bored. So.
All right. Should I go next? All right. I've got a fairly cohesive setup on my desk, partially because I'm running out of space on my bookshelf, and partially because it's just kind of nifty to have them sitting around. I've got Meister and Shock Blast in a gun battle against each other, with Shock Blast on a low ground, but firepower advantage, and Meister kind of looking down at him. I've got a Reverse Convoy with both of his heads exposed at the same time, holding a Armada Darksaber. I've got Marvel Mini-Mates Spider-Man sitting in Energon Strongarm as a kind of homage to issue 3 of the Marvel G1 series. I've got RID Prime in non-super mode battle mode, just for the hell of it. I've got World's Smallest Transformer Soundwave jumping out of Sound Blaster reissue. I've got Energon Starscream with his sword mounted on his back, holding his gun upwards, and Prime's Minicon gun from Armada forwards. And I've got Vector Prime and Marvel Legends Deadpool in a Hong Kong blood opera style gun battle.
Sounds like you got a big desk.
Wow, that was extensive.
Oh, you really
Yeah.
You really think about this when you're putting them together, don't you? Like I put mine up. They've whatever weapon they come with, they've got in their hands, and then they face forward. And that's about as delicate as I get with my toys. None of them are ever doing the face-off gun-to-gun thing.
For some really odd reason, I actually do spend way too much time posing them when I'm just sitting around bored and fiddling with them. I've also, over on my bookshelf with the rest of my alternators on them, I have a dollar bill sitting in the back seat of my Swindle. Just seemed kind of appropriate for him to be carrying money around. Okay, having completely proved my utter dorkitude.
All right, it's Dustbuster's turn with his electronic box toys.
Okay. What do I have nearby? Let's see. I've got what's his face? What's the guy I had last week? The Cybertron, the truck. It's blue.
Overhaul?
Yes, Overhaul.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, in the review I said Overhaul was one I didn't like. No, I meant who's the green guy? The green truck with the Wolverine class.
The brake. What? No, crap. I don't remember.
That is
He becomes Leo
former
Breaker.
version of Leo Breaker.
Oh, spoiler! Spoiler! No,
Oops.
yeah.
Oh no!
You're gonna have a bunch of fans on you for that one.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Isn't that
But,
already on the website?
Yeah,
That actually aired on Friday, I believe. Yeah,
Oh, yay! I'm safe from spoiler beatdown.
yeah.
Yeah,
We can still beat the crap out of you for other reasons.
yeah. So I was saying Breakdown was in the bottom two, along with that guy, not Overhaul. But yeah. Who else do I have around me? Let's see. Micromaster Devastator, Micromaster Defensor, Machine Wars Mirage. What else? I've got Armada Laserbeak right here.
Nice.
It's the camera sound effect. I was hoping to go for the screeching one. Let's see. Wrong button. Okay, wrong again. One more try.
There
we
you go.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's screaming because they changed what faction he was in. Like the fanboys screamed.
I thought they were just screaming because he wasn't red and black and got turned into a safety orange.
God, I hate that toy. I'm sorry, but I absolutely loathe the whole playability, like the Megatron and Optimus
role-playing?
Prime gun and Megatron's sword and the whole role-playing stuff. Yeah,
I like the idea of a Transformer that can act as a role-play toy, but I don't like the idea of just the $15 role-play toy by itself.
yeah. He's slightly better because he does, actually transform. But
he's still got a few problems that they
But
need
I
to
don't know.
rectify.
May-
I think it's
it-
kind of cute.
it's mostly Armada
He is kinda
that
cute.
just makes me
Did you say it
cringe.
was kind of
and-
cute?
He's kind of cute. I'm comfortable enough in my masculinity to say that.
I don't think you should be. I don't think you should be.
All right.
Says
Let's
the
see.
man who collects toys.
On the bookshelf behind me, I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 alternators in vehicle mode, and then on the shelf above that, I've got most of what came out so far in Cybertron, except for the Ultras and Supreme Starscream. They're all sitting on one shelf, all in vehicle mode, and I've got 2 Ransacks, one in robot mode, riding on top of one in vehicle mode, like the Junkions in Transformers the movie.
Cool. Do you do the pin fix on them?
Yes, I did. After breaking, or almost breaking one of them, which is why I have 2 Ransacks now instead of just one. But yeah, I did manage to get it right the second time and salvage enough of the first one that it still looks decent as a display piece. And I recently pulled out my G2 Starscream soundbox.
For the purpose of annoying us.
This is machine gun sound there.
Nifty.
And he's also
guess.
got a takeoff and landing sound. I don't know if you want to bear with the 5 minutes it takes to play that
Yeah,
one.
that one takes quite a while.
Yeah, so I'll do it anyway.
All right, so as we continue on with the rest of the podcast, well, this still goes on and on and on.
You know, when we were doing the pre-show stuff, and I had my volume turned up a bit louder, I think that thing gave me an aneurysm when he played it directly into his microphone.
One more time?
No,
No.
I think we're all good.
Yeah.
So does that wrap up yours? What you have sitting around?
What else? Oh, just last week I found the Night Attack team way back in early Armada for $1.33 Toys R Us.
I thought
Not
Night
bad.
Attack was mid-Armada to late Armada. And I found
Don't
one
mess
at
with my happiness. It's $1.33. That's the
yeah,
point.
I found mine. I found my copy of those guys at the local grocery store.
They're mini cons. They should have been free.
Wow.
Hey, I like mini cons, but
That's harsh.
them being free would have been nice.
One of them's got like a spring-loaded weapon. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What's his name? Broadside. I mean, that's a really good guy. I mean, he's pretty much a mini-con version of G2 Megs. From like the transformations, the way the cannon moves over to the side and reveals his head.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty awesome.
And also a testament to how crappily engineered that toy was. The Megatron one, not the Minicon. Yeah, I always liked those guys, but I guess one reason being they were like the first new Transformers I bought after a giant Unicron toy and alternators.
And they're tiny, and you can fit them in your pocket, and you can mount like 50 of them on Unicron.
And after you're done giving an interview about a new movie property, you can take them out and make them fight to the death.
Yay!
Alright, so Matrix, what do you have sitting around? Anything?
Well, I don't have anything on my desk, but to the left of me on the shelf, I have 20th Anniversary Prime and Masterpiece Prime and Masterpiece Convoy.
You got both of them?
Yeah, I got both of them.
Why? Just
So
out
I
of
can have the
curiosity.
trailer.
Ah,
The cardboard trailer.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
let's
that was
get
worth
the
the extra
American one.
$100.
For that wonderful cardboard roller sitting on the inside. Or not the roller, or what is it on the inside of the 20th box?
Yeah, it looks like the inside of a trailer, but
It doesn't have roller, it just has that
it looks like the
machine
repair bag.
tower from the top.
Yeah, the weapons
I don't know what that's
platform.
called. Yeah, the platform. Does that even
Yeah.
have a name?
It's
Does
called
it
the
have-
thingy.
Yeah, let's name it. How about not roller?
I've got an idea for a name.
Shoot.
Pneumaticon?
New what?
Pneumaticon?
Because it looks like a pneumatic lift.
Ah.
There you go. See, I picked it up. Alright, what else you got, Matrix?
Okay, then on the shelves behind me, I have all the alternators up through Swerve displayed in robot mode. And I have Cybertron, Optimus Prime, Megatron, and Vector Prime.
Nifty.
Cool. I think that brings us up to 35 minutes. So, your other idea is gonna have to wait for next week.
Well, hopefully it won't wait for next week and somebody will send us an idea.
Yeah, send an idea to tfwire@gmail.com, and you won't have to listen to us, talking about what toys we do or don't have.
Yes, that address
but-
again was
TFWIRE
TFWIRE@gmail.com. Do I need to repeat it again?
Yes.
TFWIRE@gmail.com. Again?
No.
Okay.
All right. So until next week, this is Pirated TV Pro, a year older, saying see you next week.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way. I must have missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, this is
We
our
didn't get-
60.
We didn't get to say fan wank this week.
Oh, come on. Oh, we were so close. So close.
But
Literally
yet so far.
minutes away from ending the podcast. And
Seconds away.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, I screwed it up.
Yes, you did. For that you must die painfully. Or give me your keys. Or just do nothing. Anyway, this is Awa64 saying, great to be back. See you next week.
Alright, this is D-Buster Prime saying,
Oh God! Now we're gonna be here for another half hour.
Yeah.
Quick, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Matrix.
And this is Matrix Prime out.
Alright, that was fun, guys. Do
It's
that
over,
again and
quick.
I'll hurt you.
End it. End it. No. Stop. Stop it, please. Dear God, no. There's
My
only one
ears are
life.
bleeding. Any of you guys know how to make a duct tape wallet? I found the
duct tape
instructions
wallet?
on the internet, but I can't quite seem to get the duct tape to fold over as smoothly as it needs to be.
to make a
Alright.
what?
Duct tape wallet.
Wait, why are we still recording? And why are you guys talking about a duct tape wallet?
Well, we need something for the stuff at the end.
See,
Remember?
now you're just saying stuff. You're like literally planning out what is going to go at the end.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Eh.
candy, people.
Good point.
Yes.
Okay, I'll throw out the duct tape wallet.
Good. All right, I'm hitting stop.
All right,
stopping.
you can go ahead and hit
Hitting
stop.
stop now.
Hitting stop now.